from the heart of the action. This is a global goalpost. You're home for everything World Cup.
Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Shin and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm Jess, only half of Shin Pads right now. You can find us on X at shinpad_IESR. Big Mike will be joining us here in just a few minutes, but he's like, you can go ahead and start without me. So we are going to be starting off talking about the World Cup, of course, because it's the World Cup edition. Talking about FIFA's special patches. Now, FIFA have introduced patches as part of a new program that acknowledges significant milestones throughout this competition. Now, this kind of mirrors what some American leagues are already doing. So places like the NFL, the NBA, and Major League Baseball. I think it's the location is on the right sleeve, just on the right sleeve for these special patches. And for players like Messi, Modric, and Ronaldo, they're all wearing the legacy patches. Now, as you can probably see from down below, Ochoa, our friend Ochoa, who's this is technically his 6th World Cup. He will not be receiving the legacy patch because of the strict criteria, which I think it is not right for him to do. I really don't. I don't think it's okay. Personally, but unfortunately that is what the World Cup officials have decided, because from my understanding, you have to have had 6 on-pitch appearances. So on-pitch appearances for 6 of the World Cups that you've been in. Well, actually, technically it's for at least 5, but technically, in the 2006 and 2010 World Cups, he did not make any on-pitch appearances, which is unfortunate because he is a legend. He should be able to get the legend or the legacy patch. But because of the strict criteria that FIFA have, unfortunately, technically, according to their standards, he has only made 3. I think it's 3 or 4. 3 or 4 on-pitch appearances. I think it's 3 because this year is his 4th on-pitch appearance, but his 6th World Cup. So that's unfortunate. And like I said, I think it's not right at all. But it's their rules, and that's just how the ball rolls sometimes. And some of you have also noticed that first-time players are wearing debut patches. And they've also got other ones as well, because Mbappe is currently wearing one recognizing his Golden Boot achievement from the last World Cup that he was in. Debut Martinez is showcasing his Golden Gloves honor from Qatar. And these patches will also be featured on trading cards, which can eventually appreciate their value. So it's going to be great. But yeah, kind of sucks for Ochoa, but things happen, you know. Things happen. So, moving on to our next topic, record-breaking number of draws at this stage. Oh my goodness. So out of the opening, goodness gracious, 16 matches in this tournament, 50% have resulted in draws, which is the most recorded in this stage. And right now, as of right now, there have been a total of 10 draws in the group stage thus far, which has shattered the previous record, which was set in 1974 at 7. And it was also, that 7 was matched in 1982 and 1986. Comparing with the 32-team format, which started in 1998, only 210 came close, with 6 draws and 16 matches. According to Football Meets Data, which is analyzed by the BBC, so it's fairly reputable, there is an 87.5% chance of advancing with only 3 points and a goal differential of -1. So that's crazy. So crazy. I'm just kind of like, we're not even done with the group stage yet. So I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen, you know? How many more things are we going to have? How many more draws? And honest to goodness gracious. I just don't know. You know, that is insane to me. And this World Cup has been crazy so far. Absolutely insane. So it definitely seems like it's the World Cup for the underdogs, which is great because, I mean, we're going to be talking about underdogs a little bit later, but oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, that's crazy. 87.5% chance of advancing with only 3 points, which, as we all know, and we'll talk about a little bit later, the U.S. has won their group, so D, was congrats to them. Congrats to them. I'm just absolutely insane. To the U.S. for that. But man, only 3 points. Now, looking at like the World Cup standings, which we'll get into more of this a little bit later with Big Mike once he jumps on. I mean, Mexico is sitting at the top of theirs right now, so we've already got two teams that are already qualified for the round of 32, which is the U.S. and Mexico, further than I thought they were going to come. We got Adam on today. How's it going, Adam?
It's going all right. It's actually tolerable outside for a change, for a little while anyways.
So what are your thoughts on all of these draws happening?
It's right before I popped in, I was like, yeah, there's gonna be fights for threes, and you're also gonna have teams, and I'm kind of looking at the US's group D, that maybe Australia and Paraguay play to a tactical draw, because why risk 3 not being enough when 4 will definitely get you in? And is there really a big difference between, the 2 and the 3 in the knockout stages?
Honestly, who knows? And I'm honestly surprised that the U.S. has even gotten. They're like already advancing to the next stage. So I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, they're the only ones that are locked in. They are the 1D. And so we will be playing a 3 from, I think it's B, E, F, I, or J. And I think from what I understand, that all depends on how the ones finish points and all that fun stuff. So the best one gets the worst 3.
Right. And so insane because the U.S. hasn't won back-to-back World Cups since 1930.
Well, it's I think that was our best finish, and we finished third that year. We've never won one. 94 was our best run since. We got knocked out by Brazil 1-0, and I think that was the round of 16. Was it the round of 16 or the round of 8? I can't remember.
16, I think.
Yeah.
We got Big Mike jumping on with us today.
Sorry I'm late, y'all. I
You're
little
good.
road trip to celebrate my dad's 76th birthday.
Well,
Woohoo!
happy birthday
Uh-oh.
to your dad.
So yes, I appreciate that. So but again, sorry I'm late, but it feels like I chimed in just at the right time because Jess over here being the skeptic of this U.S. men's team before the World Cup started, and
I
now
was such a I'm like surprised.
group winners, baby.
Yeah, I said last night before the game, or yesterday afternoon before the game started, Zlatan has blessed Team USA. He says, yes, this is a team that can win it.
With the big shirt
Yeah,
coming from Zlatan.
I actually, you know what? I heard the same thing, Adam, and I was just like, wow, you got a little Zlatan endorsement there. I'm like, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I will say this, and I get apologies for jumping on late here, but the second half was a little bleh. But hey, you know what? To me, it's two matches. So I would say three solid halves. And to do it yesterday, I know the Australian team's not necessarily scary, but to do that without your star, good on the USA. This is going to be a lot of fun going forward.
Right.
It is,
Seriously.
and the best thing about locking down 1D is now you've got Balogun who's sitting on a yellow, Evans who's sitting on a yellow. You might just say, you know what, you guys sit. I don't want a second yellow. I don't want you missing the round of 32.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I was brought up in the broadcast last night too. It's like, okay, now you're in a great spot. Like, if you got yellows, you could set them, then it'd go away. They go away, obviously. So, no, U.S. could not be in a better spot, in my view. And this is just gonna. And Jess, you and I talked about this a few weeks back on Thursday night. How they could get a good showing from this U.S. team that could just really rally again, just bring more eyes to the sport, rally the sport, especially here in the States, and that's what we all of us want at the end of the day.
Mhm. Right. It is such a beautiful game that I feel like a lot of Americans, they don't really appreciate it as much as other
Correct.
countries. And now they're starting to be like, they're starting to care.
Yep.
That's I don't know if you
Absolutely.
guys saw it last night. Like I said, I'm a big USL guy. That's what I have. I'm the closest MLS team is Houston, but we have USL, which is
Correct.
great because they're going to Pro Rel next year, and that's
Yes.
going to be awesome. But the thing, right after the US won, San Antonio FC, that was like I said, by my home club, as it were, said since we have 4 home games in July, all tickets are $7.04. So. Needless to
That's
say,
a
I
bargain.
jumped in.
Right?
And I'm going to go see them play the Chattanooga Red Wolves in the Prince Tires USL Cup match.
Nice. That's going to be so fun for you.
That's
I
gonna be a
love
blast.
Toyota Field. It is. We built Toyota Field in the hopes, or in the actual plan, that we were going to get an MLS team, but then Austin swooped in at the last minute and stole them. But
Jerks.
well, we have a great. I think it seats about 20,000, not counting standing room. Facility with all kinds of friendlies up there. The Liga MX teams come up and play in there. We had this before the World Cup started. Saudi Arabia and Senegal played a friendly at Toyota Field. So it's nice to have that. And then here in Laredo, we have PEG Energy, and that one seats about 10. And they're a USL2 team.
That's not bad.
Undefeated still. Leading the Lone Star division of USL2 by 3 points. And undefeated.
had to get that in there.
Right? Of course. Yeah, we're going to be talking, some USL once the World Cup comes to an end. I've been
Yeah,
trying to
maybe
keep track of all that stuff too.
maybe my USL team will actually get a real stadium to play in.
Was that the Indy
Maybe.
11?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
they're
was.
playing at a college campus, and the facilities are atrocious.
Oh yeah, I went up. I went up. They played FC. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago there, and I went up to go see FC play, and it was literally it was like they're playing at a glorified high school stadium. This is a
Yes,
shame.
yes,
Hmm.
exactly right.
But from what I understand, they are building them a facility now.
Yes, yes, and they're also in hopes of getting an MLS team here in the next handful of years, but to be determined, obviously.
Well, that's the. I think there's a lot of USL made the move. They said we're going to go pro rel.
Yep.
So we've got the championship 1 and 2 now. And I think if that catches, MLS is going to say, okay, you're now the MLS Champions Division. You're now the MLS First Division. You're now the MLS Second Division. Because this will be the last year for playoffs in the USL.
Correct.
It's cup style next year.
Yep.
And if that catches on, I think MLS is going to say, you know what? Well, let's go ahead and merge, and we'll take 20, like I said, or I think it's 20 or 24. I can't remember. Will be in the our equivalent of the Premier League, and then everybody else will be in the Championship 1 and 2,
Right.
which is great for
I
the
don't know
small
if that's going to
teams.
happen though.
Well, yeah, I think it would be great because I think it what was it last year you had Omaha Union, which was at the time just a USL 1 team, go all the way to the round of 4 in the Hunt Cup. They like I said they call them cup sets, and there's always 1 or 2 every year. It's fun to watch. I love the USL Cup, especially you get to see the small club. I mean, literally the beer league teams, if they can get the money to enter, can enter in the first round, and the first round starts I think here in a few weeks again.
Nice. And I'm sure it's
Yep.
becoming increasingly popular with Cristo Fernandez joining the El Paso Locomotive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ted Lasso fans going over there.
Football is life.
And the thing is, he actually believes that. The football is life came from his, I think, whatever they call the trial or apart things
Mm-hmm.
that they do. And that's one thing that he said, I mean, he himself truly believes football is life.
Yep.
Crazy.
But it's going to be. I think he comes to San Antonio later this fall, or El Paso Locomotive, and that's always a big game because we have Copa Tejas with, like I said, all of the Texas soccer teams, including the MLS teams, and San Antonio's won it 2 of the last 3 years. So,
Yep.
Right? Oh my goodness. So speaking of the U.S., it seems like Europe has been going absolutely nuts for ranch. They're discovering ranch. Like, what is that about? Like, they're like everything is just going so viral because, I mean, it's a staple here, so like we're used to it. But
All right, so I
they're
have a
just going
question for
absolutely
I have a
nuts for it.
question for both of you before we get too far into this and I forget. Ranch or blue cheese?
I'm assuming you're
I-
talking wings, and there's only one correct answer for that one.
Yeah, I'm waiting on said correct answer, sir.
That would be blue cheese.
Oh dear God.
You order you go into
Oh dear
a wing
God.
place in Buffalo and order ranch. You remember those old paste commercials, the salsa commercials? New York City. It looks
This
like
has
that when
made
you
it New
order
York
it.
City.
Yeah, that's
No, in
what it
Buffalo,
looks
you're
like
right.
when you order ranch in Buffalo. So I grew up with blue cheese with wings.
So
So
being Buffalo, that's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. What about you, Jess?
I don't really do liquid ranch or blue cheese, so I'm kind of
Okay, so you're passing on
neutral
both.
this.
You're kind of
Yeah.
passing on both. All right.
Yeah.
Well, no, I grew up on ranch. So
I'm not
And
anti-ranch. Like I said,
yeah,
salads,
I'm a
French
ranch guy.
fries, everything
Mhm.
else, yeah. But when it comes to wings, it's wings is exclusively blue cheese. Nothing wrong with ranch with everything else.
That's okay. All right, you pass.
Yeah, they're going so crazy that TSA has had to send out posts and warnings reminding people, if you're visiting for a large sporting event and you happen to discover a ranch here, please pack it in your checked bag on the way home.
That
They
that or
posted that on Instagram.
get the
That's funny.
packets. Get the
Right?
packets. You
Yeah.
can get sour cream in Europe.
Yeah, and actually Kraft
Exactly.
are debuting a limited edition TSA compliant ranch dressing kit that contains
Smart.
a quart-sized
Smart.
bag, a bulk stash of ranch packets, and a luggage tag.
Oh,
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
my employer, we get FIFA notes every day about what's going on, and he mentioned it, and I'm like, oh God, ranch.
Mm-hmm. Right? Oh my gosh. Seriously, they're trying to like these large freaking extra large bottles of ranch.
Oh, but well, it's all fun and games until the plane pressurizes and it goes boom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They even added on to that one post on Instagram, days since last airport ranch incident. 0.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I was like, I have to mention this. I have to
That
mention this.
I will say this: I am getting a kick of following the Instagrams and Facebook Reels and everything else of the fans in the U.S. Just loving life. It's like Chipotle apparently is a big thing with the tourist fans too.
Yep.
Chipotle, Taco Bell.
Oh, you get shot. You get shot for eating Taco Bell
Are
here.
they gonna raid our entire brand supply just like the Scots raided Boston's beer supply?
Maybe.
I actually got a clarification on that one. It went out that they drank Boston Dry, but what actually happened was the Sam Adams Brewery. They're set up for tastings and like maybe onesie twosies afterwards, but the Scots kind of moved in there and just ran them down.
Oh my gosh.
Bless the Scots.
So Pete,
Right?
so Pete laid on a third shift. He's like, "All right, guys." I felt
So
bad for them yesterday.
Man, they battled yesterday. They really did. Tough way to go. They had some opportunities and a few errors here with some mishandles of the ball, but I thought they battled.
Yeah,
Um,
both of the evening games. I mean, Turkey and Scotland both went down swinging. If you got half a yard of space, you were taking a shot, or you were firing that
100%.
center.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely right. And I was and kudos since you mentioned it's Paraguay playing a man down, and still that defense showed up.
Yep, and Paraguay holds the fastest goal record by 4 seconds now.
Yep.
nice. So crazy.
It was 69 seconds. Now it's 65 seconds.
Yep. Good on them.
Right. And just an update on the Netherlands-Sweden match. The Netherlands are up 4-1. So the Swedes have like 3 goals they need to get, and it's the 62nd minute. So
yeah,
Got
that's
a little
probably
work
not
to
gonna
do.
happen.
got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Poor Haiti though. Lost 3-0.
Although the way that match started, I thought it might be like 9-0. But yeah, tough. That was tough for Haiti. It's almost not fair.
Well, and I'll say this too: Brazil looked more like Brazil in that game.
They did.
Like I said, the precision, the pinpoint passing, the spin. Like I said, that was like I said, samba soccer. I think is what they called it on the pregame, and they started to look like themselves again.
They did. They definitely looked much better, much more organized than when they played Morocco. So we'll see if that is just a one match thing or if they've maybe kind of righted the ship a bit. Time will tell.
Got a comment here saying in Boston the Scots have taken over. I don't doubt that. But I would love to see that though.
Well, the Tartan Army's headed down to Miami, so they're going to get their first taste of like real humidity this week.
Mm.
Is I
Right.
wonder how many heat casualties.
Apparently, they're so not used to it that the Norwegians are wearing ice necklaces, like
Yeah, cooling vests and
yeah,
all that
cooling
stuff.
vests and stuff. Yeah, like they talk about what, like 30 Celsius. That's 86 here.
Mm-hmm. That's a spring day for me.
For you guys. For you guys. I mean, it's a bit hot up here in the mountains, but yeah.
Yeah, it was. We had a heat index of 121 2 days ago here, and it was just
Ugh.
miserable.
Hot tamales, man. Hot tamales.
Hey, do y'all mind if I bring on a surprise guest real quick?
Absolutely.
So got to bring her in. I've talked about her on Thursday nights quite a bit. They're all her years of club soccer and collegiate soccer, and still holds some unofficial records from her high school. So quite the talent. Fortunately, injuries took their toll, and that is what it is. But the one and only Emma
Hi.
has wanted to join in with a little bit of World Cup chat.
Yes. Go
Hey.
Team USA. Hello.
We'll see how far they make it.
Right, but nice to see you guys. Been seeing Dad on the pod, so love it. Love it.
How far do you think they can go, Emma?
How far, Team USA?
How far do you think they could go?
Oh God, I don't know.
Round of 16?
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I'd be like happy about it, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they didn't get that far either. I'm very up in the air with them at the moment. I haven't been following as much as I should, I'm gonna be honest, but I would be lit if they got round of 16, yeah. I'm gonna go for that. That's what I think. That's what I'm betting, you guys. Round of 16 for Team USA. Going for it.
All right, what do y'all think of that?
I think
Considering
16
the fact that
is
I was
likely.
surprised, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with him.
It
I
did-
think 16 is likely.
I do
I
too.
I think
really do.
it depends on what three they draw. You know, there's the potential that Senegal or some a good team could wind up being a 3.
Correct.
True story.
Right?
So,
Crazy.
well, I
But-
continue to follow the pod. So, thanks for having me on for 5 seconds.
I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Of course, Queen. I'll see you guys. Have a good pod.
Adios.
Bye.
She popped in. She's like, "Can I say hi real quick?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
100%. You're always welcome
No.
on.
No, I was actually surprised. In the past shows I've done on here, I'm like, "You want to come on?" She's like, "No, I'm a little too nervous." And funny how things change over the course of like 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot can happen in a year, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what do we think about Canada, man? They're amazing performances so far.
Well, it helped. They were playing at a 2-man advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part that, but
Yeah.
no. Hey, at the end of the day, good on them to be able to do that in front of the home crowd, make some history. Good on them. I feel bad. I'm his name. I'm drawing a blank, but his leg was
John
shattered.
David.
Thank you. That was ugly. So hated to see that. Felt bad. I mean, you could tell the guy who did it was afterwards was like hands on his head, like oh no. But same time, it was a late attack. It was a late attack. Like he didn't need to do that, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's not like he meant to break his leg. I don't think either. But just a tough situation. But again, kudos to Canada. Good for them.
Yeah.
Well, like I
First
said,
CONCACAF.
it's.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I think we
I was gonna
both
say
had the
that
same
it's-
thought.
They're the first CONCACAF team to score 6 goals in a World Cup.
Yep.
In like a
It's,
single
the-
match. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nice to see the CONCACAF Big 3, performing.
Absolutely right.
And to potentially have, like I said, to have us as all 3 of the CONCACAF, majors be 1 seeds, kind of puts us back on the map a little bit, as it were.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys see that the video of the confrontation, the kind of confrontation that started with the managers at the end of the match? after the whistle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, there was, because I mean, I didn't see it, so I just kind of read about the confrontation that went on, physical push shove confrontation. After it seemed like the after the customary handshake, it was kind of like an awkward exchange, and Canada's manager seemed kind of dismissive, and that angered the guitar bench. So that's what started all that.
Mm. That stuff's gonna happen, especially in, like I said, match round 2. You start thinking, if you're playing a softer team, you start thinking goal differential, especially if you're in a tight race. So,
Yep.
sorry, Qatar, you're going to lose 7-0 because we'd rather be +5 in case something bad happens and we still win the group.
Yep.
That's match. Like I said, match week 2 is always the most, in my mind. It built, like I said, it's hotly contested, and then match week 3, like I said, it's good. This is going to be fun because you're going to have a lot of 2s and 3s jockeying. This starting third or Wednesday.
Yeah, right. It's
Yep.
gonna be
Yep.
insane.
Like I said, I'm gonna have to find a pub in Long Beach Thursday to watch Team USA in Turkey.
We'll be on live. Should have the Shenanigans
during next week's match.
Yeah.
Or we'll have to make sure to try to keep you guys up to date on the scores.
Absolutely.
Well, tomorrow is Father's Day. We do have kind of like a little Father's Day themed topic. Some Norwegian fathers, I'm sure, are very proud. Because Norway, they have 3 sons of former World Cup players in their match against Iraq, which was a first in World Cup history. And the thing is, all 3 of their dads also played together in their match against Italy on June 23rd back in 1994. So
that's a cool story.
Mm-hmm. Holland being one of them, of course.
Of course.
And then Alexander Sorloth and Christian Thorstevt. So
should we do a Viking row? Just
that's what
we could do a Viking row. I don't know if it works well on this.
Probably not. Not as good as it does in the stadium, that's for sure.
Or on an escalator.
Yeah, also true.
Right, because they've been doing it on escalators too, apparently.
Yep.
But all right, moving into our next topic. Some of you may have seen that with Iran's national team, where they're located in Tijuana, a body was found outside the training grounds in Tijuana. So that was something that they were kind of police were looking into last I checked, but as of right now, I don't think that it was connected to the national team.
No, I can almost guarantee you that.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Police opened the trunk of a gray Toyota SUV with California license plates on Friday due to a pungent smell reported by the parking lot guard when they found a body inside of a bag which showed clear signs of violence. I kind of think drug related, because that area is kind of known for that.
Correct.
But it's just something that, I feel like people probably, if they're going to go there, they're going to be like, oh, well, a little sketch. But there is reason to believe at this time that the incident is related to the Iran national team. It just happened to be across the parking lot.
Right.
So, going into comments here a little bit. Panama had a devastating loss to Ghana and now face a tough test against Croatia.
Yeah, that was a tough loss. That really was. I mean, it's that old saying, thrill of victory, agony of defeat, from back when I was like 6. Wild World Sports Days, whatever. And you see Ghana, like everybody's losing their mind. You look over the other side, it's like,
Well, like I said, you saw it with Haiti and Turkey yesterday when they knew when they knew the curtain had officially fallen on them, it was just like, damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. And speaking of matches that happened, because that match happened on Wednesday, and speaking of that, because that actually gets really nice little segue into our next topic. A viral fan who has been basically known for being the face of the Dominican Republic of Congo, their team, Michael Kuka what he's known as. I can't pronounce his last name. Like I said, he's been to be the face of the team before anyone knew the names of the players. And he's kind of distinct. He doesn't dress like us. Like what I would probably consider like normal people, because he's got like vintage glasses, a tailored suit, and he's a very rigid posture.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of that is deliberate, you know. That's kind of what he's known for. But unfortunately, he wasn't again there for the Dominican Republic's match against Portugal because he was still under a 21-day quarantine after an Ebola outbreak in Central America. But he is expected to, fans should expect to see him at the match against Colombia in 3 days because the quarantine is officially over. So,
That's good. Good for him.
And as far as all of that, like, way he just kind of carries himself, being deliberate, it symbolizes pride, identity, and the resilience of the Dominican Republic of Congo. And they also represent sovereignty, dignity, and the cultural richness of the country. So he's very deliberate and intentional with how he dresses. That's partly why he's viral.
Yeah. I always kind of dig those stories, though. I mean, you see that like everywhere, right? You always got the one or two fans, whatever, that go kind of all out. Maybe a little over the top in some cases, maybe. But no, glad he's going to be out of quarantine. Glad he's going to be okay. That's most important.
Yep.
Exactly. Did you see the one? I forget which national team, but he's like painted his face is completely painted black, and he's got this like Christmas white beard, and it's just very like contrasting, very distinct as well.
I didn't see that one, but I saw the one guy, one of the fans for Japan, had his whole face white and then had the sun in the middle of his face.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it's simple, but I was like, I kind of dug it. I thought it was cool.
Right. The way some of these, like when the camera goes to some of these people that are in the crowds, it's just crazy how you see them dressed.
Oh, absolutely.
They just go absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. How are we Tunisia's doing after they sacked their manager?
Cutthroat business, man.
Yeah, it is a cutthroat business. I feel like maybe it's also partly because of the code. It's partly the manager's fault too.
Yeah.
Because of his inability to rally a team. There was accusations that he spread false information and destabilized the dressing room. And, you know, he benched more experienced players in favor of younger, greener players, which backfired immensely.
Yeah.
And apparently, after the match against Sweden, fights were breaking out in the locker room and also spilled over into the team's hotel, too.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's understandable why they did that. Why they sacked him.
Yeah. And the sad part about all of this is now you got to marinate on it for 4 years.
Yeah.
We made the World Cup and we blew it. Now we have to go through AFRICOM and everything else all over again and try to get back.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. Absolutely right.
Let's talk underdogs. Like I said before, World Cup seems to be the cup of the underdogs. That is crazy. Like Cape Verde pulling off one of the tournament's biggest shocks.
That was nuts.
Yep.
I know we were joking on our chat with Adam. He should have placed some bets.
I said if I would have bet Spain and Portugal tying Cape Verde and DRC, I probably would have paid off my house. Number 3
Yeah.
and number 7 in the world against number 63 and 67. I mean, come on.
Something like that. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
so crazy. That is so crazy. And I'm honestly surprised that things like we're not seeing Ronaldo get more points for Portugal. And it kind of just makes me think, what is going on with Portugal?
It was so funny. I saw somebody post this, and it's kind of corny, but it's also true. Like, you see Messi doing his thing, and Haaland doing his thing, and Kane doing his thing. It's like, oh yeah, 3 goals, 2 goals, 2 goals. Ronaldo, 2 hydration breaks.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, he was widely criticized after it too. It's like, it's not about you scoring; it's about your team scoring.
Yeah.
And that's
Yep.
been critics of him have said that for a while. It's like, it's not all about you, buddy.
Yeah, right. He seems to think that, though.
I know.
Do we think he's going to pull a Ronaldo and throw a hissy fit again? Like he
Wouldn't
did
put
at
it past him.
Al-Hilal and be like, I refuse to play.
Huh.
Okay.
I don't know he'd go that far. He probably still has an image. I mean, he's got an image, obviously, in branding, and he's still who he is. But then again, at the same time, would it shock me? Absolutely not.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I can expect Canada or the U.S. to do as well as they've done. But, man, they are shocking the crap out of me, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you and I talked, Jess, Adam, we've spoke as well. Like, I did think the U.S. I said beginning the ceiling, I think, for them was 16, around the 16. Obviously, the dead floor would be them not getting out of the group. Obviously, they don't have to worry about that now they're out. But I think, if anything, for me personally, from the state standpoint, it's just the way they've played, for the most part. I mean, they've had a few phases. They did clean up, and they know that. But for the most part, just how well they've looked, and I think that to me is like that. I thought they'd get out of the group and all that stuff, but just the way that just the way they look, it's just the eye test has been a very refreshing, very pleasant surprise in my opinion.
Yeah, and it was a surprise to see the Morocco beat Scotland. I mean, that was an impressive performance.
Yeah, that was a fun match. My heart was with Scotland there, but yeah, they fought.
Mm-hmm. For sure they did. Which one of these dark horses do we think are gonna go into the round of 16? Not just round of 32. Who do we think? I mean, U.S.
I think
maybe.
U.S. I think if Canada wins their group and they get a 3, I think they might make the 16. Like I said, I think the CONCACAF Big 3 all have a shot at the round of 16.
I agree with that.
What do you think of Curacao?
What's that?
Curacao?
Hey, anything can happen, and
Yeah,
Anything has been happening.
and like you said earlier,
seen it
there's
already.
if you can get to 3 points, there's a 5 and 6 chance you go on to the knockout stage. So,
I mean, we've already seen a couple shockers, so I'm guessing that's not the only ones we're going to see.
Do we think what do we think about DRC?
who do they have
I'm not
next?
sure about that one.
Let's see. DRC. I believe that they have who was their next match? Let me look it up real quick. I think it is Colombia next.
That might be that might be an entertaining game.
Yep, Colombia on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that'll be I think that'll be a decent match. I'd probably lean Colombia there, but no, I mean that'll definitely be an entertaining match. I think.
Right.
But like I said, we'll get to see. Like I said, technically Cape Verde's still alive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I said, there are some countries that are, the size of small U.S. towns that still have a prayer.
Yep.
Mhm.
Curacao, sitting on a point. Cape Verde sitting on a point.
Yep.
One nothing game that gets you to 4. That probably, like I said, that's a 90% solution to the
Yeah.
round of 32.
Yep.
I'm sure we're gonna have so many more interesting topics, and things are gonna happen.
Things are definitely going to happen.
Absolutely insane. So what are we looking at with the standings so far? Are we surprised at this point? With Group A, we've got Mexico sitting in the top spot. Group
Yeah. Not
B,
surprised there.
Canada. Do what now?
I'm not surprised of Mexico.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
figured Canada and Switzerland was 1A and 1B for me in that
Yep.
one. One of
Yep.
those two was going to
Same.
win the group.
Same. I agree with that.
And we still don't have a clear winner for Group B yet, so we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Well,
And,
like I said, the +5 goal diff for Canada definitely helps, though.
That's
Oh,
a big. Yeah, it's a big boost.
at the expense of Qatar, but
Yeah.
like I said, that +5 is looming large.
Yes, it is.
I wonder how their midfielder. Not only, well, I do kind of wonder how he's doing because he broke both his tibia and his fibula, which is both of your shin bones, like the shin bone and then the bone behind it. They broke. So
It
I'm
was
wondering how
ugly.
they'll do without him. Because
Well, next man up.
a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of pressure.
Well, it's not like that's basically what Pepe had to deal with in the U.S. match. He was basically like, "You're Christian."
Yeah.
Mhm. What do we think England's gonna make it through the round of 16?
I think so. They got to clean up a few things defensively, I think. But they stepped up on the offensive side of it. We, I talked about this. It can't just be Kane, obviously. But
Yeah.
I think they look pretty decent, especially with all the turmoil they've been dealing with leading up to it. But I think they'll be fine. Assuming they clean up that defense a little bit. That second goal that Croatia got, I thought was, good on Croatia, but something I know that England was not happy about. Especially post game that got mentioned a few times. So I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. I'm surprised Portugal's not on the top of Group K. I was expecting much more given the fact that we're looking at DRC, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. I mean, Portugal is third.
Yeah.
DRC is above them.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they need to do a Canada Qatar when they play Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
Right.
And get back there.
Yep.
I'm wondering if maybe this is kind of starting the downward spiral of Ronaldo.
Maybe,
but Portugal's got a lot of Portugal has João Neves. It's not like Portugal's talentless without Ronaldo.
Correct.
No, but I'm wondering if they're leaning too much onto him as well.
Maybe that's an entire possibility.
Yeah, it's possible.
Right. Of course, we're not surprised Argentina is top of Group J.
No shock.
No shocker there. Norway and France kind of tied there a little bit, 1 and 2 on Group I. And Uruguay is sitting on top of their group right now. They're still technically number 1 in their group, with Spain sitting at number 3.
That's frightening. Can you imagine winning your group? Just worst case scenario, everything holds as it is. You win your group, yay, congratulations, you draw Portugal. We won our group, congratulations, you draw Spain.
Draw Spain, yeah.
It's
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I never really knew what was going to happen with Group G because they got some heavy hitters in Group G.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, Egypt right now is at the bottom of the barrel for Group G, and they could still kind of pull something off. But then we've got like
Sure.
Belgium with De Bruyne,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then Iran and New Zealand sitting at the top right now.
And I think is
Everybody's got a
Courtois
point.
the goalie for Belgium, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Craziness.
yeah, that's like I said. I love the World Cup. It's especially the first three match weeks, the pool weeks. I equate to Americanize it. I equate it to the first round of the NCAA basketball
March
tournament
Yep. March Madness. Yep.
because
Exactly right.
you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't.
Cape Verde. That I said this is going to be an 8-0 game. Okay. You never know.
With
Like
a
I
lot of
said, but
people.
there's always, like I said, there's always that every World Cup. There's always that one team. A couple World Cups ago, it was Morocco. South
Yep.
Korea, Japan, Norway.
Yep.
Yeah, there's always that one, and I'm curious to see who that one team is. If it's
Yeah.
Scotland, then America might never be the same.
Yeah. No kidding. No kidding.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely craziness.
Yeah. More craziness to come.
Oh yeah. And I'm interested to see what other interesting stories come out of this too.
Yep. That's right.
I mean, and as far as like the matches that we thought could happen, like the USA versus England, that one still could happen, but it's specifically when we were talking about USA versus England potentially on the 4th of July, it's been ruled out. I'm pretty sure right now.
Yeah. That's not that
Yeah.
will not happen.
There is a
That's-
1.7% chance that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I actually got bored and ran the numbers on it, so yeah. But it was going to be, like I said, it was just entertaining.
We love the
Like I said,
nerding.
I had a few minutes during my lunch hour, and I posted, "Here's my way too early knockout bracket
Yeah.
as it
We
stands."
saw that.
Oh goodness. And then the Argentina versus Portugal, that is still currently on track. So we'll see if we actually end up seeing a Messi versus Ronaldo situation.
Right.
hmm
Of course, Morocco versus Senegal, that one is still fully on track to happen. And as far as the
Yes.
match against the US versus Iran, I think it's kind of changed a little bit. As the winner of Group D, the US are going to face a third place team. Like you said before, Adam, in Group B, E, F, I, or J.
Right.
And so it cannot happen in the round 32 because Iran is in Group G, and Group D's winner does not play Group G's third place team. But they could only meet later in the tournament if it could happen. See?
Lot to be determined.
Yep. Like I said, there'll be a few more tickets punched by the end of today. I'm sure. One or
Right.
two more. I think one of them will. That's why I'm so happy for the men's team. It's going into game 3, and you've got the one.
Correct.
That's
They're basically just playing for fun now.
Yeah, it's a great position to be in.
yeah. If you get 3, great. Then you're drawing one of the lesser threes. If you get 1, 7, okay. But then you'll look at the divisions where the one was 4. There will be one 4-point pool winner. There always is.
Right.
At least one.
For sure.
All right, guys, we're going to kind of end it here. You guys have been watching Shin Pads and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Catch us on Thursdays at, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Thursday will be a lot of
We were-
fun.
Absolutely. Always is a lot of fun with you, Big Mike. Adam, so thank you so much for joining us. You did not have to stay
Yep.
for the entire show, but we
Thanks,
loved
Adam. Appreciate you,
having
buddy.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Live from the heart of the action. This is a global goalpost. Your home for everything World Cup.